Alrighty, welcome everybody. It is Tuesday evening and I hope everybody is ready for some stamping. I have a really big treat for you guys tonight and I'll talk about that in just a second. But if this is your first time here, my name is Julie Brown. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. For your information, if you want to ask a question or let me know you're here, you can just type in the comments. If you're watching this on Facebook. If you're watching it on YouTube, it's probably a replay, but you can still type in comments and I will respond because I get notified anytime somebody puts in comments. Either way, whether you're watching me on Facebook or YouTube, please make sure you follow, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff because it actually helps me get out there, and then you also will be notified every time I do a new video. So yay! Anyway, so tonight, let me get through some, housekeeping and, oh shoot, I thought I had updated it. So ignore the hostess code. It is the wrong hostess code. I thought I had updated that with the current code. But for those of you that want to place an order with me, you can just go in and place an order. Don't worry about the hostess code unless you're in my monthly group, and then you need to worry about the hostess code. Anyway, my name is Julie, or you can order through me at juliebrown.stampinup.net. You can email me at juliescreativestampin@gmail.com. I have a Pinterest, Facebook, and Instagram accounts. They are Julie's Creative Stamping. And then my YouTube channel, you have to type in juliebrown.juliescreativestamping. Probably the bottom one is the most important one, because the bottom one is my blog. So I am going to show you, I'm going to make with you 6 cards tonight, but then I'm going to show you some other cards that I made with the same suite, but you won't be able to, I'm not going to do step-by-step instructions on the video. It will be on my blog with step-by-step instructions. So always make sure that you check that out. So again, ignore that hostess code. It is the wrong code. This is June, so I've got that messed up. But again, if you need to place an order, you can just go to juliebrown.stampinup.net. Don't worry about the hostess code unless you're in my monthly club. Alrighty. So tonight, we are going to be working with the Happy Forest Friends suite. It is a really fun suite, but we're mainly going to be working with one of the designer series paper. But let's take a look at the suite. So this is the suite. It comes with this Happier Than Happy stamp set and the coordinating dies. It comes with this Sahara Sand and Old Olive Ribbon, which is really fun to use. We'll be using that tonight. And then let's take a quick look at the paper. And so obviously double-sided. So this is one side. This is actually the opposite side of that one. But I just want to show this to you really quick. There's this one, which is the one we're going to be using tonight, and the opposite side of that one is this one. And then we have this one, and the opposite side of that one looks like this. Hey, Shanine. Hey, Brenda. And then we have this one, and the other side looks like that. So there's those two. Then we have this one, and the other side is this one. And then we have this one, and the other side looks like that. This is like a crumb cake. The last one was more like a smoky slate on the back of that one. Oh, same one. All right, so there's the papers. Now we are going to be focused on this particular paper right here, because I'm going to show you how to make 6 quick cards with this one piece of designer series paper. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to show you how I cut it so that you'll understand that. So I'm going to bring in my cutting Stampin' Cut. Okay, and so my first cut is going to be at 4 inches. And we're just going to cut that. All right, and then I'm going to set this to the side for just a second. Then I'm going to come in on the next section. And again, we're just going to do 4 inches. And then that's going to leave the last section at 4 inches. All right. Now, I'm going to come in here with this one, and I'm going to cut this one Actually, I think this was the one I cut down smaller. Let me think about this. Yeah. So this one I'm going to cut at 5. And then I'm actually going to turn this because I want this to be 3 3/4. So this was that very first strip. I'm doing it that way. So there's that piece right there. All right, and then on this one, I'm going to, let's cut it about right there. And then again, I want this to be at 5. And we're getting little strips, which is fine because we can play with those later. And then I'm going to turn this and do this one at 3 3/4 because I want this little bird on the stump to be in there. And I also want the owl to be in there. All right, and then the next one is going to be my fox. And this one I'm going to trim at 5. And then I'm going to turn, and because I want the fox's tail in there, I'm going to do this one at 3/4. So I have 3 of them that are 3 3/4 by 5. And then the rest of them, oh, sorry, I'm going to leave at 4 and do them at 5 1/4. So let's go ahead and get those cut. So I have them ready to go. Sorry, I was thinking of something and my brain paused there for a second. Okay, so then we're going to cut that one at the 4 by, and then this one, I think I want more of the mountains in it. So I'm going to come down here and kind of cut this so that this, I think I can keep the stump in there. We will see. Let me just cut that off. And then let me see where 5 1/4 takes us. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay, so you do have to do like a little, because there's little pieces that, and then you have like these little pieces that you can use on the insides of your card. Alrighty, so there's those. Okay, so let's work on our first card. Our first card, and I did a lot of the pre-cutting ahead of time. So our first card is, these are the dies. Oh, I'm gonna bring this dies in here so I can actually show you what I'm working with. So I actually use this label die right here to cut these pieces here. And I don't know if you can see, but they have a little design on them. It's like a little stitching. So there's that. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and burnish my card base. And then we're just going to bring in, it's the one with the bird, so it's this one. So I'm just going to bring this in, and I'm just going to adhere this to, I have a little mat cut for this. I think I used mats on almost all of these. Don't know why, I guess I was just in that kind of a mood. Oh, don't tell me this is going to run out on me. I should have checked that ahead of time. So I'm just going to lay that down like so. And then I'm just going to go ahead and adhere this onto the card front. Now the cool thing about this designer series paper for this is that it basically is already has like stamped images on it. So, and again, stick with me to the end because I have cards that I made without using this particular paper. I made several cards with the other designer series paper. But I just wanted to show you like how easy this one is. Okay, so I pre-stamped and cut one of the little stumps. And I did a red owl. And then I did this. So this cut out the owl. This cut out this detailed sign, and then this cut out this solid one. So I'm just going to adhere this. Let me bring in one of my silicone mats because I'm going to be working with some glue. And we're going to bring this in. I hope you guys will stick with me through the whole thing. I know I'm doing quite a few cards, but I tried to prep ahead of time so that this went pretty quickly. And as you can see, I'm not putting a ton of glue on that. And then I'm just going to turn that, and that is just going to lay on top of this piece. Just gives it a little bit more dimension. All right, and then I'm going to come in with my thicker glue, just because it puts it out there faster. And then we're going to take this one. And the insides, I've already done one of each of these cards, so I'm not going to show you, like, do the insides for you, but I'll just pull that card that I already have finished, and I'll show you the inside of that card so that you can see that. All right, and then I'm going to come in with my little owl here, and we're going to do a dimensional on the top, but not on the bottom, because I've already got 2 layers right here. Hopefully that makes sense. And then I'm just going to try to get a little bit of glue right there on his feet. Oopsies. And again, this was this bottom was stamped, and this owl was stamped and then cut out with the dies. So that little owl's going to sit right there. Don't you love this scenery paper? It is so cool. You know what? I can't remember them ever doing this, but maybe they have, and I just wasn't paying attention and missed it. But I'm loving it. Okay, so now I'm going to come in, and this one is going to be a baby card. Now, this set is kind of, if you look at all the sentiments, it is kind of set up for baby cards, but I did a thank you card. I also did a welcome card where I'm like welcoming someone in the neighborhood. So it can be used for more, and I've done some birthdays. So I just wanted to let you guys know you don't have to just use it for baby cards. But to be quite honest with you, I was excited about the whole baby thing because I still get invited to quite a few baby showers, and I like that we have a card that we can use for baby showers. So I'm just taking these 2 little welcome and then hello baby, and I'm inking that up with black memento ink. And then I'm just going to stick those on there like so. And let me just clean those really quickly. Hopefully it's not going to take me forever to get through all 6 of these guys. I hope you'll be patient. But they're such fun cards. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in some glue dots. And I am going to compile this together. Oh, that's not the right ones. Hold on. There we go. All right. So I'm going to put one on the back of the welcome and on the back of the hello baby that I did. And then I am going to take the welcome one and just kind of secure that down like so. And then I'm going to do the hello baby on top of that one. And of course I want to get this so that you can see all the words, so it looks like that. And then I'm going to bring in some linen thread. And believe it or not, I'm going to tie a bow without my bow maker. Huh? But that was just the best way to do this. All right, and I'm just going to cut this. And you guys will notice I don't, hey Patty, so glad you're here. You guys will notice I don't always, like when I'm tying bows and stuff, I don't always like measure the ribbon that I'm using. And I end up probably wasting a lot. I could probably do a lot better on that, but that's just not me, right? So we're gonna try to tie a bow. Bows are not my thing. That's why I came up with my bow maker, because they're just not my forte. It just takes me too long to like the bow, I think, when I do it this way. All right, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to bring in my dimensionals again with my take a pick tool. And I'm just going to put one there. and one right here. And one right there. I know this DSP is so cute. I agree, Shanine. It is the cutest thing ever. But like I said, I'm going to show you some that I did without this particular page, because this page just makes card making so easy. Alrighty, and then I'm just going to try to get my bow to kind of play nice, but I'm just going to trim that up a little bit. And then you can come in like with whatever you want. So I think for this one, I'm going to bring in some rhinestones just to decorate that label a little bit. And my take a pick tool. And so we're just going, oops, I got rid of the putty on the end. That was not real smart. So I'm just going to put one there and then grab one of these smaller ones and put one there and then put one up there. All right. So guys, card one done. Boom. Isn't that amazing? So what do you think? Isn't that a cute card? And so let me pull in the card I did earlier, and then that's the inside for the card. So I just stamped, and then it says happier than happy for you. And then these leaves are part of that set. So here's the front. Here, let me do it this way. Front of the card and inside of the card. Yay! Do we like card one? Done. All right, let me throw those to the side. Okay, so next card is, we are going to, I think I have everything in order, we shall see. So I do want to tell you, I did bring in some other dies, and for this one, I brought in the stylish dies. Oh, I guess I should have put this up. So there's the number for the Happy Forest Friends Suite, which was everything I showed you right at the beginning. It's the stamp set and the dies for the animals and the ribbon and that designer series paper. But you can buy just the bundle, okay? But this is the stylish shape dies, and these are stitched dies. I love them. And I love that we have circles, banners, and squares. So really cool set. So I did bring this in, and I did cut this ahead of time. And so I cut these two circles ahead of time. All right, so now let's get this card put together. Whoopsie. Oh, this is the one that I did a special little thing to. Okay, I forgot about this one. Okay, so for this one, I wanted this one to be more for like a girl baby. And so I wanted to tie a ribbon around the tree. And I'm like, well, how can I do that? So let me show you what I did. I brought in my cutter. And where's my pencils? Oh. And so I kind of figured like where I wanted the ribbon. And I'm going to just draw, and I'm not even making sure that this is perfectly straight. But I'm drawing these little dots. Let me bring it closer so you can see. See how I drew those little dots? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this up. It's kind of hard to make sure you're lined up exactly on the track that you're going to be cutting. And I'm going to have to stand up for this because I have to get this, because this little notch right here shows you like where you are on as far as where it's lined up. And so I'm making sure that this is even with this dot over here that I see. And then I'm just going to go down to the next dot. Then I'm going to turn it around and do the same thing. And again, I'm using this little, and I don't know, let me get it closer so you guys can see. Oh, got to bring it this way then. So can you guys see this little, there's a little notch like right here, and that's what I'm lining up. Okay, so I hope I'm not cutting out on everybody's end. Brenda said I was cutting out on her end. Okay, so again, this little notch is lined up with the dot that I drew, and then I'm just going to go up to that notch. All right. Now that one, I didn't get it as perfect on the tree. Can you see that? Oh, no, I guess you can't. This one I lined it up perfectly with the tree. This one's a little bit off, but it's okay. It'll still look great. Perfect, great. Okay, and then what I did, this is our white crinkle ribbon, and I colored this with the Calypso Coral Stampin' Blend. And so all I did was then I just kind of stuck this through. So I got one end to go through there, and then one end to go on this side. Okay, and that's going to give me my ribbon. And then what I did on the back is I just took some like Stampin' Seal like that, and I'm just going to pull that through a little bit more just so I can make sure that this is attached. And then I'm going to trim off the extra. So that's how I got the bow attached. Cool? Because I wanted a ribbon around the tree. So think about, I mean, what was that song? Tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree. Remember that song? That's kind of what made me think of this. Random thing to think when I'm doing like this type of card. So this is also going to be a baby card. So again, I'm just going to do my Stampin' Seal Plus. And of course, it's on its last leg, so it's going to give me some issues tonight. And then we're going to line this up like so. All right, and then we're going to put it on the card base. This is a Sahara Sand card base. But I'm telling you, this paper just makes it so easy to like get quick cards out. And it doesn't all have to be baby. Just because some of the sentiments are baby doesn't mean they all have to be baby cards. But I need baby cards, so I was happy for that. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my silicone mat again. And then we're just going to stamp the Hello Baby, and we're going to use Calypso Coral ink. And that's on the smaller circle. And remember, these are the stylish shape dies that I used for that. I just re-inked my stamp pad, so I have to be like super careful not to push too hard. Ah, that isn't lined up right. Dang it. You know what? I think I cut that ahead of time. You know what? I think I'm going to cut another one real quick. Bear with me because I want it to look good. So see, this is what happens when I do plan ahead of time. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp it first and then cut it. Let me make sure it'll fit on this particular... What did I just do with that? Oh my goodness. Okay. Let me just make sure it's going to fit. It's going to fit. Okay. I was trying to make it easier and quicker, but this is definitely one that you want to stamp first and then cut out. I thought I could do it the other way, but since I can't get myself completely lined up the way I usually do when I'm stamping because of the camera over my head. All right, so let's bring in our baby die cut machine and we'll just cut that real quick. I apologize. I wanted this to be so much quicker, but all right, so let's just get that in there. And however this turns out is what we're going with. Because I got a bunch of cards to do tonight. All right. Yay, that worked. Okay. And I wanted to show you something. I have a little label maker. So one of the things that I do with my, when I have like a bunch of like the layering dies, see how I put my number 2 on there? That way when I'm working with things, I know which ones I'm using. Now I can't always give other people instructions like that because they don't number theirs that way, but it definitely helps me. So see, much better. Yay! All right. Oh, let me bring this back in. I don't want to get glue everywhere. So again, I'm just going to use some liquid glue. And then we're just going to center this one. And again, this could say happy birthday. This could say hey hey. This could say love you. You know, you guys can do anything you want with this particular set. And like I said, but I needed some baby cards, so I definitely made some with the I was happy to use those baby sentiments. All right. So we're just going to pull, I think I'll just do like maybe 3. I might do 4. We'll see. No, I think 3 will work. All right. All right. And then I'm just going to put the hello baby up here. But then I want to show you something fun that I did. I have these really thin little lip pen markers, and I wanted this to be like for a girl card. So I want to show you what I did. So I'm going to come in, and on my little owl, I'm actually going to put some little eyelashes on her. So she's a girl. Do you see that? Woo woo! And then I'm going to do the same thing on my little fox. Okay, now if they don't know what the baby is or if it's a boy, don't do that. All right. So there's that card. And then I'm going to tie a bow and add a bow to my tree on the front. And you'll notice too, I didn't use a lot of embellishments on here. But again, you guys can go back and add embellishments. I am just trying to show you how great this one particular the designer series paper of that one piece that I'm using to make all 6 of these cards, like how easy that it is to pop those cards out. All right, so I'm gonna grab a glue dot, maybe, oh yep, right there, and we're gonna stick a glue dot right in the center there. And we're going to bring in our little bow. And then again, I'm just going to come in and I'm going to trim it. And this one, I think I want it to go kind of down low on the tree. Like so. And again, you could come in and so like, let's, I think I would probably use like you could color these and it would look a lot cuter to put them on there that way. But you can definitely just come in here and stick if you want to make it more blingy. Oops. Sorry, guys. Obviously, I'm close up and you're not seeing any of that. Okay, so I tied my bow. Put that on there, added a little bit of bling. So, okay, card 2 done. Now the inside of this card looks like this, happier than you. And I put the little butterflies and the little mushrooms down here, all from the same stamp set. So again, there's the front and there's the inside. Yay! So what do you guys think? Cute? Okay, on to the next card. It's like, this is so crazy that we can make things this quickly. Okay, so again, I'm bringing in some different colors. Yay, Brenda, I'm so excited you have 2 new ladies. I think I knew about both of them because they had said they couldn't make my class, but they could make your class, and I told them to call you and make sure they let you know they were coming. So how exciting. I'm so excited for you. All right. Okay, so this time we're going to use this one. Again, not so much that we need to do with this, right? So we're just going to attach this to the card. Like I said, the cool thing about this paper is that you don't need to do a lot to it. Okay, so this time what I'm gonna do is, let me see how I did this one. Yep, okay, that's what I thought I did. Okay, so I'm actually gonna take and I'm gonna wrap around, because this comes with both of these colors in ribbon. And so I'm just gonna kind of cut these and I'm gonna wrap these around, and then we're actually gonna tie a bow with both of those colors. That was a little problematic, but I'll show you how I did it anyway. And so I'm gonna put the thicker one on first. And you wanna make sure when you're putting two that you give yourself enough adhesive on the back to catch both of them. Then I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna overlap that one just a little bit, just so they don't come apart, because I want them to stay, you know, I don't want any space in between the two ribbons. All right, so then there's that. And so then again, we're gonna just get some Stampin' Seal on here, and I'm gonna kind of try to go over that ribbon. That doesn't always work. Oh, I think that totally, oh, that made me go out. 1 second, I have to switch. Everybody take a breather. It's like, ah. Well, at least that way you guys will know how to. So when you take these out, you just open that up, you remove this, and then you just come in with your refill. So I had a lady that actually bought the Stampin' Seal and then didn't realize that all she had to do was buy the refills, and she almost threw the case away. So don't throw your case away, right? So let me just get this started. So I'm gonna kind of go over those ribbons and go over these ribbons, and then I'm just gonna kind of put those in some other places. Okay, so then we're just gonna bring this in. And lay that down like so. I'm gonna tie the ribbon last. Okay, so then what we're gonna do here, and again, this is another baby card, but again, this could say thank you, this could say welcome, this could say see you soon, if you have a stamp that is small enough. Again, you guys know I collect sentiment stamps, and this is why, because when I get these really fun little sets like this, then it gives me the opportunity to put whatever sentiment I want onto these little labels and stuff. Oh, look at that! I did it right! Woohoo! That was exciting. I was holding my breath, if you guys couldn't tell. And like I said, you know, if you've got sentiment stamps that you can put something else in here because you don't have baby, or you don't think you're going to have to go to a baby shower. But I'm telling you, I get invited all the time, and it's like I never have baby cards. And so I was so excited to do this. And now I'm going to be set, right? Because I'm making all these cards right now. So I will be ready for a boy or a girl, or if they don't know. All right, and then we're just going to come in with some dimensionals. Ah, come on. And then we're going to stick this on the front of this card. And like I said, I'm not going to take the time to do the insides of the cards, but one thing to think about when you're sitting and watching TV one night is to go ahead and like, if you know you're going to be making a bunch of cards with a particular set, you can actually go ahead and make the insides of your cards, stamp little sentiments and stuff on it. Get that ready. All right, so this is how we do double ribbon. And this was a little more difficult because I did a smaller bow, and it made this like way thick. What I do with my okay, so we're just going to cut that. So I'm just going to wrap that around there, then I'm going to stick them. So I'm treating this, even though there's 2 pieces of ribbon, I'm treating it like it's one. And then I'm just going to kind of keep wrapping, and I'm going to tie it exactly like I would if it was 1 piece of ribbon. And this does come out thicker, like way thicker. Alrighty, and then we're going to use a couple of glue dots because this bow is so thick. And so I'm gonna just stick it right there. And right there. And then we're gonna just stick our bow. And I think do I want the bow? I'm trying to think. Yeah, we'll do it like that. So then I'm just gonna stick that bow on there, and then I'm gonna come in because I don't want it to go past the bottom of the card. And so I'll just trim that. Dun, dun, dun. All right. And again, you can add embellishments if you want to. You really don't need to add a lot to these cards because they're so stinking cute. Okay, so here's the front, and there's the inside of that one. Again, it says, "Welcome, baby. Happier than happy for you," and I stamped the bear. Oh, I hope you guys are liking these. They're so easy. All right. Are we ready for the next one? Okay, so the next one is this is my smaller one. So this time I brought in a different die set, and it is, I believe it's that one. Yes, this is the designer tag dies. Now I don't have these on magnets yet, but this is what it looks like. And it has all these fun tags, plus it has like a flower, a butterfly, leaves. But I'm using this die right here for this, and I use it again for another one of these cards. So again, let me just, so that you guys know what I'm using, it's the designer tags dies. All right, let me get that out of there. Okay, so let's get this one going. This one goes really fast. Whoopsie. This was the one I made for, I thought this would kind of be fun. Because, you know, when you're in a forest, that's kind of like your neighborhood, right? So I thought this would be a really fun welcoming someone to your neighborhood or to your church. You know, just anything, to your bunco group, right? You know, just anything that you might be a part of that you want someone who's coming in brand new to feel welcome. So lots of ideas there. You know, if you teach at a school, you have a new teacher coming in, any of that would be fun. But I just kind of felt like, because see, it had all the little forest friends in here, and I just thought, oh, we need to do like not a welcome baby, but just a welcome, right? So this is going to go on like so. And then we're going to bring this in, and we're going to stamp that welcome in basic black. And I'm going to try to get this more to the right because I'm going to be tying a little bow on the left. Let me clean that. And then I'm actually bringing in the, oh, what did this come from? Sorry. This was part of the Fans Baker's twine from the mini catalog that is going out at the end of this month. And so I'm going to actually tie a bow and then glue it on because that's how I roll normally. But what's nice about the twine is if you want it to be a little bit thicker, you can double wrap around. All right, so here we go. I'm so glad you guys are liking these cards. Yay. But you can see how I just used that one sheet of the designer series paper and I cut it so that I had 6 little scenes so that I was able to make these cards. So what card are we on? So we've already done 3 and we're on 4. We're rocking and rolling here, ladies. All right, so let me grab a glue dot and I'm gonna stick that right there. And then I'm gonna stick my twine onto that. And then I'm going to turn this over and bring in some dimensionals. And I'm being careful not to get the dimensionals where the design is or the hole is. And then I'm just going to put that welcome, like seriously, right in the middle of the card. And then we're just going to trim and trim. Guys, this card's done. Boom. How's that? So welcome. And then on the inside, so happy to know you. And I forget where I got that. It might have been from, hold on. I don't remember, sorry. But I found this sentiment. I'll try to look it up later and figure out which one I used. I think it was the, I'll look it up and I'll have it on the blog for you guys. So yeah, so what do you guys think of this one? Wouldn't this be fun to give to someone who's coming into your community? So it just says welcome and so happy to know you. Card is done. Boom. It's like, I'm so excited that these cards were this easy to get done. Okay, next. Okay, so again, I'm bringing in a Night of Navy base and a crumb cake piece here. Now these 2 pieces are the bigger pieces. Now this one is a little bit more intricate that I did because I worked with some of the more intricate dies, the little acorn dies, and I'll show you what I did with that. Oh, you know what? I don't think I cut enough of them. Shoot. I just realized I shorted myself 1 acorn. I think I'm going to do this card last. So let me move this one to the side because I might have to cut another acorn for this one. So excuse me getting you all excited for that one, but we're going to move that one to the side. And I want to get the one that's not as difficult or that I don't have to cut any pieces for. Okay, so this is Calypso Coral. And we're going to bring in this piece here. And again, this was all part of that designer series paper. Hope you guys are having fun watching. I know this is a lot of cards, but how cool is that? That I'm getting so many fun cards, not just cards, fun cards out of 1 piece of designer series paper. All right, then this is going to go on the card front. All righty, and then this is going to go like so. And then I stamped and pre-cut a little gray fox. Isn't he cute? And he's just going to kind of go down here. He's going to kind of go down there under the tree. Oh my goodness, if I could speak today, that would be great. And I'm actually going to come in with our mini dimensionals this time just because there's some smaller areas that I want to make sure I can get pieces in there without having to cut a million pieces. All right, so I'm just going to get all those on there and then get those off. All right. So let me get that on there. And then I'm going to come in with this piece. And this time I am going to use a sentiment from the Charming Sentiments set. And I think I have that up there. Yeah, so I'm using the sentiments from this, from that bundle. And again, just basic black. And this one just says, hey there. So we're going to stamp the hey there like so. Clean that. And I mean, you know, obviously it would take you a little bit longer to get all of these cards done than it's taking me at this point, just because you would be doing the inside as well. So I'm actually going to cut one of these pieces really tiny. Oh, maybe it left. I found it. Because I want to get it. It was this corner. I want to make this corner over here stand up a little bit. So I just cut those. And then I'm going to come in with a big one. Maybe. If I can quit doing that. So we're going to bring in a couple of big ones. Like so. And get this off. And get this off. And this off. And then this one is going to go up here, and it's just going to say, hey there. And then I'm going to come in with the old olive ribbon. I'm getting everything tangled up over here. Trying to go fast because I don't want you guys to be on here forever tonight, right? Just tie a quick little bow here. And pull that down. Pull this off. Going to use a a mini glue dot. So I learned at my last little class that I have that I've got to get better at explaining to everybody, because every time I say like a mini glue dot, sometimes some of the ladies in my class think I'm talking about a shoot, that stuck to my finger. Some people think I'm talking about the mini dimensionals, and a dimensional is something that pops it up. The glue dots are flat, but I mean, they're still round and flat. But yeah, so I had some ladies that I obviously had not taught very well. So I'm learning as I'm teaching in my in-person class that I need to make sure that they understand what I'm talking about, because I do written instructions. And so they get confused a little bit in that. Okay, and then I'm going to come in with a little pearl this time. And I'm just going to grab one of those pearls and just put it right in the middle there, like so. All right, so this one's done. This one just says, hey there, and I added this and this. And then the inside, this is a birthday one. So I did a strip of that designer series paper that I had from cutting all this. And so it's going to say, hey there on the front, and then wishing you the happiest of birthdays. And this is from, again, it's this sentiment set. So are we, yeah, we like them? Yes? Woohoo! Okay, so real quick, guys, I'm going to have to cut, because I just realized I shorted myself one acorn, so I hope you will bear with me while I cut. But what I'm going to have to do, but you'll get to see how to do this now, I have to add some adhesive strip to the back of this soft suede piece. So bear with me while that's not big enough. I have all these little strips and I'm trying to get rid of them. Okay, that should work. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this on the whole piece. Or actually I don't need to. I'll just put it on this bottom section. So basically you just kind of take that off, you fold it up, and then you pull the sticky part off, and then you just lay it on there. And that's how you apply adhesive strips to the back. And then I'm just going to cut that. You can see I already have adhesive strip on this one. And then let's bring this back in. And we are going to grab the dies. Oh, I'm so glad you're loving them. Yay. And we're going to do one of those acorns. And whoops, I guess I need to not put it on the top plate, right? So I just need one of each of these little acorns. And so we're just going to run those through. And you'll see why I use the adhesive strips on this, because we're actually going to like cut them out and then build them back. So a little crazy for this card. I went a little cray-cray. Oh, do I have that on? I do have those in there. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to set these to the side. You saw me do that, and we'll use those in just a quick second. Actually, let me go ahead and get those apart because I don't want to forget to put that die back where it goes. I have a very bad habit of setting stuff down and then not putting it where it goes. Now I actually need all these little tiny pieces. So I'm going to put that piece back in there for now. And I saved that middle piece too. I just threw it in my little container. But again, I don't want to lose these little dies. You got to be careful with the littler dies. Really easy to not really, yeah, I guess it is called misplacing it if you lose it, right? All right. Okay, so you saw me do that. Okay, so now let's bring in that one that I started because I was like, oopsie. Okay, so we've got this, and then we're going to wrap on the top some of this ribbon here, which is the Sahara Sand Ribbon. Had to make sure I looked where my top was. And then I'm just going to turn this over and get this ribbon wrapped around the top here. Yeah, I had so much fun with this set. And like I said, hang on, because I've got more cards, not that I'm going to like demonstrate for you, but just to show you that I did with this same suite. So tons of cards that I did. Just because I started having fun and went a little crazy. Which I guess is good. When the creative juices are going, it's good to keep it rolling. Okay, so I'm going to put that right there. And then I pre-cut all those little acorns, right? And then I also stamped and cut out the little bear. And I guess he's kind of a big bear. And so we're going to put some dimensionals on the back of him. I did use a lot. You guys noticed I popped a lot of this up. I just felt like because it had that scenery already there, that to make it look dimensional, that we needed to pop that up. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut like 2, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with these. So then this will fit perfectly on that arm right there. And then my next 2 that I cut will be for his feet. So I hope you guys aren't getting bored. I know this is a lot. All right. And then we'll just add a couple more dimensionals. Alrighty, so let's just pull those off. And then, like I said, stay tuned for the rest of the cards. Oh, I'm so glad you guys are liking them. Yay! So again, you know, I think this is like one of those sweets that you look at and you're just not sure what to do with it. And so that's why I really wanted to work with this to show everybody the wonderful potential of this. Okay, so now let's work with these acorns. So as you can see, I cut some out in soft suede and some in crumb cake. And so what I'm going to do very carefully, I may add, is I'm going to try to remove all of these pieces from the these detailed pieces without kind of messing them up, because what I'm going to do here, you can do again and just do the opposite of what I'm doing. All right, and then I'm going to pull that backing off, and then we're just going to set this acorn in the bear's hand, and then I'm going to come in with, now these acorns are kind of they're positional, kind of like, because one of them leans one way and then the other one leans the other way. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the backing off of this piece. Oh, that's not going to work. And then I'm just going to set that piece down in there. And then I'm going to do the same thing. So now I've got to pull one of these. And so now I'm going to bring in my tweezers, because I think it will be easier with tweezers for this particular part. And so I'm going to just try, well, if I can get all that stuff. Oh, shoot. It came up and now I just, oh, there it is. I had a little piece of something on there that I was trying to get off, but it had picked up that first little piece. So then I'm going to grab this little piece, and maybe if it'll lay right. The one thing I will tell you is you want to make sure your tweezers are really clean as far as not having any sticky on them, because this is all trying to stick to my tweezers. And then I'm going to bring this piece. Let me get closer so you guys can see what I'm doing. See how I'm putting those little pieces in there? And I'm just pulling them out of the crumb cake one. Whoops. So we're just going to pull these out. And you got to make sure you get the backing off. That's probably the hardest part. And they are like little itty bitty, so it is a little hard working with it. Not horribly hard, but a little bit. All right, so I'm going to grab that. Whoops. And stick that down in there. You know what? I don't know if I got the backing off of this one. Oh well, we'll leave it. All right, and then we're gonna, I try to get these out of the front so that the backing stays attached to the crumb cake one, meaning that see that backing, it stayed there. All right, so there's that, and I'm going to do 3 more acorns up here. But first, this is one of those sentiments that is from the Charming Sentiment. It's from this set, and it comes with, this is the one that comes with the dies that Fussy cuts out for you. So the die cut this out like this. So let me just back this up so you can see. And so again, I'm just going to use some mini dimensionals here. And I'm just going to put one up here and one down here. And then I'm going to cut a little tiny piece to go on on that section right there, because this is, again, it's straddling the ribbon, and so I don't want to get dimensionals where the touch, you know, where it's, the ribbon's going to hold up, make it uneven. So I'm just going to set this up here, and this one's going to say good luck. And then bear with me, because here we go with our, with our acorns again. So I'm going to try to pull this off this way, and hopefully those little pieces will stay in there. Yay! Because then it'll be easier for me to get those little pieces. Okay, so I'm going to put one here. Let me find my next one. Okay, my next brown acorn is right here. So again, I'm just trying to get it, pull it off of that adhesive backing. There. Sometimes I try using my tweezers and it's easier just to touch it with my thumb, and then there we go. Okay, and this one's gonna go about right here. Oops, that little piece needs to go back in there. And let me find my last, there it is. My last soft suede one. Let's see if we can get all those pieces. There we go. And then that one's gonna go like so. Okay, and then we're gonna come in with these little pieces. Get the backing off. You guys know I use the adhesive strips a lot. It has become one of my favorite things is the adhesive strips. I love them to death. All right, so let's get all these bottoms in. And then we'll work on that tedious top. So I hope so far I have showed you guys some things that you didn't think about when you first, oh shoot, where did that go? When you first looked at this set. It might have been, again, one of those that you just kind of passed on by because you just weren't quite sure what you could make out of it. And that's kind of what I like to do with you guys. I try to show you how, even though it may seem like it's set up for a specific genre, that you can make these into anything that you want to make them into. And so don't ever, you know, always really look at these sets and, you know, and really kind of think, you know, what could I do with that? Because I think, one, it's good for us to get out of our little box that we tend to keep ourselves in when we're creating. We all like to stay in our comfort zones, right? That's kind of, we all like to stay where it's comfortable. But sometimes it's fun to take a set and say, you know what, this is kind of geared towards baby, but what else can I do with it? And just test yourself and push yourself a little bit. Because when your creative mind starts to work, it's amazing what you come up with. All right, so there's that one. So bear with me while I get these last two done, and then we're almost done with this card. Like this one took the longest just because of these little acorns. And it probably would have been easier if I would have just left them all the same color. Then I could have just pulled the backing off and stuck them down. And that would have been like way easy, right? But I can't do that. Can't make it to, aren't these acorns cute though? They're so stinking cute. I love these little acorns in this die set. I mean, I'm already thinking about some, you know, fall type cards to make with this little forest set with some fun leaves and stuff. So yay. And so Brenda, I saw earlier you said you got your pre-order in. Yeah, I did too. So believe it or not, ladies, we are already pre-ordering for the next mini catalog. And mine actually came in while I was out of town. So funny story, I called my daughter and I said, oh my goodness, let me get this closer so you can see what I'm doing. I said, oh my goodness. And actually we probably didn't even have to fill that in because that Sahara Sand's behind it. I said, my pre-order is going to come, and every so often my UPS driver, I think he's just trying to be nice, but he puts my box inside my gate, which is not good with my puppies because they eat everything. And so I called my daughter and I said, oh my gosh, it's going to arrive Friday. And I was down in Arizona watching my grandson play in a baseball tournament. And I said, can you please put signs out? And I wish I had a picture of the sign to show you that she did. It is so funny. I said, you know, and just tell them, please don't put the box inside the gate, leave it on the outside of the gate. So I get home and she, bless her heart, she did a great job. She got a sign on every single of my gates that they could possibly think to put the box over. And there's a big red sign that says, warning, do not put box inside of gate. Puppies, it said dogs will eat it and destroy it. But I love the whole warning sign. It cracked me up. So, okay. All right, guys, so that is that card. And so let's show you the inside of this one. So this one says, good luck, and then wishing you everything wonderful. What do you think? Isn't it cute? I'm loving this set. Okay, so let me show you some of the other cards that I did with this set. So here's another baby one. And this is one of the dies, and I just like did the little animals, and this is the designer series paper, but not that specific paper. And this one just says hello baby, so tiny, so precious, and then they're all peeking in there. So there's that one. And then I have this one that I did a thanks for, and I'm probably going to go back and put some embellishments on this one. But then I stamped and cut out all the little mushrooms and butterfly and leaf. This is one of the leaves that is part of that die set, and so is this one. And see how the bear is holding the butterfly? Because you totally deserve it. And again, stamped a bunch of stuff at the bottom there. So there's a thanks. And then this one is just using the designer series paper, stamping, and just saying happy birthday. And I brought in, remember those little fun things? The best is yet to come. So there's that one. And then this last one, I always have to do an in color, right? So here's my in color. And so I use the Orchid Oasis and the Parakeet Party. And I don't know if you can see, but I put these little embellishments, and it looks like the birds are holding the sign up. And it says, wishing you the happiest of birthdays. Wishing you everything wonderful. So there, guys, look at everything that you can do. Let me bring in all the cards that we did. I mean, this is a ton of cards. Way easy, super cute, super fun. And like I said, they don't all have to be baby cards. You can bring in any sentiment that you want to with these. Now, where's my, okay, there we go. What do you think? Tons of cards, right? I did a ton of cards with this set. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Count them, 10 cards. But we did 6 tonight, and I went a little over an hour. And that was only because my acorn, I had to take the time to do those acorns on that one card. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this tonight. Please make sure you check out my blog because I will have all the step-by-step instructions in my blog for the cards that I did not demonstrate for you tonight. And probably even the ones that I did demonstrate for you, because sometimes it's easier. I go a little bit fast and I don't always give you all of the cut instructions, but I will eventually have all of them on my blog. So please make sure that you follow my blog, and I'm going to put this up here. Ignore the May because it's June and I don't have the June hostess code up. But my blog's right there at the bottom, stampinjuliebrown.blogspot.com. And that's where you will be able to find all of the instructions. So I hope you guys like these cards. I had a ton of fun making them. And I just wanted to show you just that one, the first 6 cards I did, right? Designer series, 1 sheet of designer series paper, and it made all 6 of those cards. Of course, I had to add in some cardstock, right? But still, it's pretty cheap to make these cards, and they are so stinking cute. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate your time, and we will be checking in with you next Tuesday. Talk to you soon. Bye.